I'm balancing. I'm balancing. Oh, 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 oh. Hi everyone, this is Michelle from Umove, and in this video you will learn the crow or Bakasana pose in 5 simple steps. I'm going to be teaching you today a crow version where the center of gravity is really very low, so it will be a lot easier for you to find balance. But before we get started, make sure your wrists are properly warm up, because this can be a little bit strenuous on your wrist, especially if you're not used to hand balancing or if it is your first time doing this kind of exercises. Okay, so now the first step, that is the position. So you want to learn the position of the crow when you are there, but we don't go there yet. We will just do it in a squat. So it actually looks like a squat position, just that your elbows are pressing against your thighs, or actually not the elbow, but the back of your arm, the triceps muscles will be against your inner thighs. So that's how it would look like, or this is how it would look like when you are in a crow position. Your elbows will be pressing firmly against your inner thighs, and just like this, and then hopefully you will find balance. So that is the first position. Now the second stage will be, you want to know where the hand placement is. So you will place your hands just around shoulder width apart, and then make sure that your fingers are just spread slightly out. It doesn't need to be really spread out too wide. Just something like this, and then think of like you are trying to grip the floor as you place your hands. Then you just place a little bit of weight there so you can get used to it. You don't have to lift your feet yet, and then just press it down so you get familiar with the hand placement. Now the third stage will be the teeth protection step. Okay, so you want to grab a pad or a cushion here, something like this, to protect your teeth or your face, right? So because this is the scariest part when you are working with the crow pose, is you're just gonna really get scared to fall down onto your face. So you might as well take a pillow or something that will protect you from falling down onto your face. So again, we go back to step 1. Place your triceps against your thighs or your inner thighs. Then place your fingers onto the floor, shoulder width apart, with your fingers slightly spread out. And then now lift your heel and slowly just lean forward, putting a little bit more weight onto the hands. Now all the weight should be slowly transferring onto your hand here, and your feet should slowly get lighter, something like this, right? So it's going to be a lot lighter. But before we proceed into this, I want you to remember this position where when you lean forward, the forearm should more or less remain vertical. So it shouldn't go past beyond 90 degrees at this point, because it's going to be quite strenuous for your wrist. So just keep it vertical. And in order for you to lean forward, you have to bend your elbows so your shoulders will be actually the one to go forward. So that's how it would look like when I'm balancing. So I will demonstrate to you again. Again, place your fingers shoulder width apart, or place your hands shoulder width apart, elbows bent. Now I'm going to start leaning forward, but instead of leaning forward with my wrist, I want to just bend my elbows so my shoulders will go a little bit more forward until all my weight will be onto my hands, and then I will be balancing here with the teeth protection technique. Okay, so obviously it's going to be hard for you to get the balance right away at this point. It's going to be still scary. Maybe the shoulders and the arms doesn't have enough strength yet. That's pretty normal. It will get better by time. So the fourth stage here, which you can still proceed even if you don't get the balance yet, will be use your head stage. Okay, so that is the stage. So you have to use your head to learn the crow. So it's going to look like this. You place your hands a little bit wider, and then the knees will also go a little bit wider. Then I will lean forward here, lifting my heel. Instead of now aiming to lift my feet yet, what I will do is I will just place my head onto the pad, right? So literally now you are using your head, and then you lift your feet up. So now you have both hands on the floor and then your head on the mat. So you're still in a tripod position. Then from here, you just have to lift your head slowly to find that balance. So that's more or less something like that. So you are trying to approach the crow from a different angle to learn the balance. The most important part in balancing is really just to expose your body. The more experienced you are in balancing, you need some small reactions of your small adjustments on your fingers and heel of the hand as you work with that balance, the better you will become. Okay, so if you're enjoying the content of this video, don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button for me. Now let's go to the final stage, which is the Be the Crow. Be the Crow stage is technically you just be the crow, where you spend more time on your hands in a crow position. So it will come in different stages, of course, as you get better and better. But the first part is you just spend more time balancing, right? So you get better with it. You don't need the cushion anymore. And then just spend more time. And then once you get better with it, let's just say if you can hold it already for around 30 seconds easy, then this is where you challenge a little bit more with the balance, where you can move your head a little bit. So it would look like this. Let's just say I will go into the crow position and find my balance. Now I can slowly challenge my balance by just looking side to side and just staying there. So it will stimulate a little bit more. Or maybe I look up, I look down, look up and down. And then, so just put more time into the position. Try to expose your hand to react, to catch your balance. And then you become the crow.